Okay, so I just got out here for the day, thinking I was gonna work on the draw knife that I've been working on for a guy at work, which I'll show you. It's just a lawnmower blade. He wanted the handles up and at like a 7-degree tilt for ergonomic purposes. But I get out here initially. The first thing I see, oh, the camera's fogging up. Sorry about that. That's the entryway, completely flooded, and what it's going over there is a little bridge over what is normally a stream, a very small stream. But walk in to this. I don't know how well you can see that. I don't know how the camera's picking up with how dark it is right now. But roughly half of, a little over half of the area that I set up in is pretty much completely flooded. You can see my coal bin over there. I do have a couple of little upgrades that I've done since the last time I did a video at all. Made this little stand holder thing for the blower and device that is new to anyone that's watched any of these videos. Got the anvil on the new stump, which I can't remember if that's new stump's been in anything or not, but that's dug down about 13 inches in the ground. Took it off and dressed the anvil up a little bit better again. But when I went to mount it back down with the rail spikes, they weren't really going right and started kind of cracking the stump a little bit. So I just grabbed some chunks of steel and drilled some holes in and screwed those down into the stump. Holds it down pretty good. Even better than what it was before, because it's become a little loose with those spikes and kind of wobble a little bit. It's got a little bit more of a ring now, more than it used to. Figured out why the anvil keeps getting rusty all the time. This rough pools and drips right on top of it. Pretty much the only actual dry spot in here, as far as the roof is concerned, is right above the forge, which works pretty well actually. Keeps all my prepared coal and what I'm going to be using from the last fire dry. I also picked up a little ball peen now. I think that's about it that's new. Like I said, just coming out hoping to finish that knife up. And that's the char that I've got, which is completely soaked because I'm kind of derpy and keep it on the ground. So I'll get a new bag of that. Probably try and get another one of those little plastic bins. Keep that in it. There's something you guys probably haven't seen before. That's prototype deal I made for a blower before I got this Zomax hand crank. The initial idea for that was I took a sprocket off of a mountain bike, welded it onto that top motor, and drive the sprocket with a foot pedal, so kind of like a treadle blower. Didn't really work very well. I mean, it did work, but I couldn't actually get a fire to properly heat anything. Something else picked up from, a guy gave it to me from work. It's before I even actually started. It's a little, I guess his dad was using it for changing oil in vehicles. I was using it as a little coal holder. This is the old stump. That one had a center of it was mostly hollowed out. I got this new one. Trying to get all my mounting stuff off that one and get all my hooks and nails and stuff recovered from it. Ended up splitting it, which works out just fine. Oh, mouse running around. But yeah, that is what I got out here too. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything today. If I felt a little more ambitious, I could probably slice up some of this, throw some paper in, get this stuff lit to get the coal and coke lit. But as always, I just got done with work. So I work third shift. So I'm not feeling ambitious enough for breaking down some chunks of log. Rain kind of stopped a little bit, so we'll come outside and show you the outside of where I'm at a little bit. All flooded over. It's a nice little area though. Man, that's loud. Yeah, that's a little walking / drive over bridge for what is normally a stream that is pretty far down. Stream's rushing pretty hard now. Stream's all flooded. This is the old homestead for a house, for the property that my brother-in-law owns. He's kind enough to let me set up out here. It's got a nice woods. I think he's got 40 acres out here. Birds all over the place. Keep coming out, hoping I'll get a glimpse of fox that are living out here somewhere. It's the old house. Pretty beat up, blown down. Way over there is the new house and buildings that are set up out across the field. That's the truck. You guys don't care about the truck. Oh, if I took the car out, you might care about that. But I don't take the car to work. Because the car needs new wiring harness all through it, and I don't have enough to spend on getting that yet, because my project was getting the forge going, getting the anvil, so that's that. One day I'll actually get around to starting on posting what I'm making out here again, because I haven't posted anything for, I think I looked, it was like 3 months ago the last time I posted anything, and I think on my birthday. I made anything else? Made some pretty crappy little tongs because I needed something quick for holding on to stuff a lot thinner than what I have my tongs made for. First pair of tongs, if anybody remembers, and I am still using them. I actually use these more than the other ones I made. I end up processing my 1-inch down. Still using this initially, or these ones initially, for the 1-inch. But I end up processing it down and using the old ones. But don't use them very much, so I'm actually thinking about kind of debating on cutting the jaws off, repurposing pretty much the whole thing into an offset kind of bolt tongs is what I'm thinking right now. Use those for whatever I can feel like using them for. Still got my 8-pound sledge. Comes in real handy for processing down that 1-inch a lot faster. Got a bullpen that I'm using for a punch now for rivets and whatever else. Works a lot better, for me anyway, than using the center punch like I was before. Kind of playing around, pretending, I guess, to make a slit punch, or might turn it into a hammer eye punch. Yeah. A friend of mine wants me to make him a hammer from game World of Warcraft that I might use this big chunk for. That's 2x2 square. I think he just wants it for decoration, so be more than fine for that. Got that air compressor, which has no motor, which is fine because, well, I do have a motor for it. It's over there in the water. But it's fine because I have no electricity out here anyway. I was gonna use the tank for a steam boiler back at our place. I've got a 4-stroke engine that I converted to a 2-stroke that I set up, that it is set up for steam and air. Got a bunch of stuff all over the place. Fire extinguisher. All my pieces of stock. Got some bits of sandpaper up here yet. Measuring devices. Of course, the bottle of Mountain Dew. Soaked apron sitting on that little box there. But I think that's about it. Actually, I got something in the truck I could show you. Set that in the dry spot in the forge. Another guy from work wants me to straighten out the tang on the blade that he picked up. I don't know where he got it, but it's made in Pakistan. Yeah, got a Pakistan stamp on mark on it. But the issue there is I can't forge weld all that well, and it's just threaded piece of round bar, electric welded onto a little stubby tang. Not sure exactly how my current skill would be able to go ahead and fix that. As if you actually look at it when it's together, you can see the handle's got a bit of a tilt off from the blade. Kind of thinking with the old pair of tongs, I might make something that I can hold blades with. Wasn't exactly something I was really thinking I'd be getting into with doing when I started my hobby, but you can see that there'd be a lot of call for it. If you guys at work already asking how coming along, because they want knives. So much water. Really kind of bothers me. But that's what I get. So, not exactly what I was thinking I'd be recording today, or if I would have even recorded today. I tend to forget I even have this camera now when I come out. When I do, I have bad days where I don't really get anything done, or what I do get done looks really bad, or doesn't work, or I go to try and test it and I snap it in half because I forget to heat treat after I harden. I know a few people have been wondering on these blowers. So far, I have yet to have any issue with it. Works great. Keeps, when I remember to actually get over and turn it between heats, it keeps my coal coke mix pretty well lit. Plenty airflow. I think it's got a 28-to-1 gear ratio. Which, like I said, puts out more than enough air for what I need it for. Can definitely make sparklers with it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get headed back home. Have a good one.